My name is Ekwem Sangi. I'm a filmmaker from Tanzania, and this is African Cinema Today. I grew up in East Africa, Kenya to be exact, where there were a lot of films that were made using East Africans as props and backdrops, but never where we got to actually see ourselves on the screen. Nigerian film, in the past 10 to 15 years, has revolutionized the entire African film market with the popularly coined Nollywood market. This is the second largest producer of film in the world after Bollywood of India and before Hollywood of the USA. I recently sat down with a friend of mine, Ernest Danjuma, who grew up in Nigeria, to ask what his experience was growing up in a country where local African films were widely distributed and where he actually got to see himself. This is what he had to say.
Must have been like maybe 7, 8. I think Nollywood was just starting to, I don't think it was even called Nollywood back then. You just had like home videos. Yeah, they were usually very scary because they had a lot of witchcraft in them. Either witchcraft or love, stories gone wrong, But I guess they kind of mimicked what was going on in society. The first one I remember was Neka, the Pretty Serpent.
Same dream again? Who is this girl? Why do I always dream about her?
It was like this girl who was turned into like a serpent. What? It was like, ask any Nigerian till this day. Even the best of the actors and actresses, they'll tell you, they'll reference, they'll take you back there.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was Neka the Pretty Serpent. I don't know. There were a bunch of movies like that. There was Blood Money 1, Blood Money 2. Freaking this guy who did he used his mom. He used to family because they would keep asking you to come back with more. He sacrifices mom for money.
What?
Yeah, and that. That shit shaped a lot of culture. It shaped how people perceive society. People were very, very nervous around strangers. You wouldn't eat. Yeah. And then I remember Domitila. Domitila was this prostitute. Yeah, who was really lit. I remember. Yeah, her name was Domitila. And those were definitely the three that definitely stood out. And back then, every movie started having part 1, part 2. And we used to think of those things as weird. We used to clown Nigerian movies for that. Movie theater. Movie theater. They showed Indian movies at the movie theater. So it wasn't until even very recently, I wouldn't say recently, maybe 10, 15 years to the US that they showed African movies in the theater. And that was even, they built the theaters, I imagine, to show, American movies, Hollywood movies, and whatnot.
They showed African movies in the theaters in Nigeria or here?
There. They eventually started showing African movies because obviously it became a thing, right. And they, it became a big, export thing. But they were mostly straight to DVDs, you'd buy them on the side of the road or, yeah. So the movie experience as far as, African cinema or Nigerian cinema, I would say it's very, very recent. Although there was cinema culture, it was very, very Indian movie heavy. And obviously I grew up in the north, so I don't know what was going on in Lagos. Maybe they did have movie theaters. Actually, we did have movie theaters. I remember I saw Titanic in the movie theaters. One of the small movie theaters in Kaduna, but they showed American movies for the most part. They never
American
showed
and Indian movies.
The Indian ones were in the local theaters. This one I saw Titanic. So we had the posh theaters, very boutique theaters, where you'd go, watch, but they wouldn't show Nigerian movies.